I'm an Executive Director of PMDL McGlashan Everist. This is actually a precinct project for Sacred Heart College down in Geelong. It's the first stage of our comprehensive site master plan. The site is located here. It's at the top of a hill in Geelong. It's in a school precinct. Has the prestigious Geelong College across the way and St Joey's College, and from this street, from Fraser Street, you get great aspect to the north. The site falls away from Fraser Street down to the north, quite significantly. So the northern part of the site is the sort of premium place to be. Site analysis reveals, so north is to the right-hand side of the page. We've got significant prevailing winds from the west and southwest. Northern aspect, clearly, this is the part of the site that we're dealing with through here. It's got a whole cluster of various buildings on it. The site has a heritage overlay on this part of the site, several which basically protect the convent, the original convent building, and the chapel project, which dominate the site. Our precinct is this area through here. You can see a cluster of buildings built progressively from the 70s through to the 80s through here. Significant hall project down through here, but these buildings all of little or no merit and equally judged by ourselves and our client to be worthy of demolition. From a materials and form point of view, the site is dominated by this convent building through here, and its impermeability. There's a beautiful courtyard inside the convent precinct and the chapel, but it's bluestone heaven down there. And when you get to the buildings that we are replacing, these are buildings that cluster along that southern boundary running east through to west. They are, once again, impermeable, have no relationship to outside learning, there's no covered circulation, and you don't really know where you are. So our attempt to make sense of this is to establish a new understanding of the site. Presently, or previously, you entered the site through here and came to a bluestone wall with a red door, and that was how you got in. Our proposition was to take a new entrance from Fraser Street and develop a north-south spine down to the spiritual heart of the campus, down to the chapel through here. We've called this The Way, and our precinct springs from that. In future, we'll be developing an east-west spine, and this project starts to set that up, and what it will give is clarity and landscape structure to the campus, bringing green space back into the heart of the campus and some legibility for circulation. So different types of and scales of spaces, landscape to the street, and different edge conditions. It's really simple when you see it as a diagram like this, setting up some legibility so that people can actually find their way around the campus. Our precinct is Precinct 1 through here, and this is the new entrance through here, heading down to the chapel, which is here. It ends up ultimately looking like this. This is a large piece of outdoor space designed to hold a mass of 1,000 students, or 1,500 students actually, at any one time, replacing having a mass down on the sports field. A learning street with learning spaces either side of that, providing circulation and breakout opportunity, future opportunity down through here, a different nature of landscape as we step down the hill, new entrance foyer as atrium space here, supporting Macaulay Hall as the performance space. So a completely new approach and presentation of the college. It's done in several precincts, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. It was necessary to stage the project because we didn't want to fill up the site with relocatables. So it was done over a 4-stage precinct. We established a 2-storey datum, which was consistent with the Fraser Street form, and as we step down the site, there's opportunity to gather up a new and different scale space in the future for workshop. So the response is in implementation is in 3 parts. First stage through here, we're able to decant out of here into underutilised space down through here. So decant, demolish, build happens 3 times. 1, first piece built through here, second piece, decant, demolish, build, producing built space, third piece, decant, demolish, build through here, and then final completion of landscape. Just to confuse you, this is now rotated around the other way, so north is up the page now. So this is our Innovation Precinct down through here. It's a learning street with a strong east-west access. There are no windows to the west, no windows to the east. It all has passive solar design principles attached to it, so shaded ground floor, learning space that opens out to the north. Interestingly, the PDF drops the colour off. It's a series of, it's basically a STEAM centre, science, technology, engineering, art and maths, all incorporated together. So it's a mixture of science labs, of general learning areas, of maker space, of art space, and they are mixed up so that there's a great amount of cross-fertilisation that happens. We've got different gathering spaces. We have breakout space into the learning street, different gathering spaces of stepped seating for presentation, a large atrium space between the Performing Arts Centre as our new gathering and new entrance piece leading up to and down to the way. Ground floor, first floor is very similar in that it's a mixture of science and art and GLA and makerspace, all breaking out into our learning street. Form is 2 stories. It adopts the materiality of and interprets it in a modern way. So we've got masonry ground floor of handmade bricks that are in a grey palette. The zinc above is picking up on the idea of the slate roofs throughout, so it's masonry base, interpretation of slate in zinc as our first form. It's a long linear building with great northern aspect and great southern presentation. We've taken the fence down, we've extended the garden to the building, so there is no fence. It takes in the urban scale and changes its relationship to the neighbourhood. It's basically a learning street with a raised lantern which acts as a thermal chimney, which has in fact wind-powered ventilators up through here and solar panels on it, light coming in from both sides, but it actually induces natural ventilation from both sides up through here. It has mixed mode systems through it and it's incredibly efficient. Play on the grey concrete block that had been introduced to the campus, but also to the bluestone with that textural masonry. Transparent at ground floor on a simple framed glazed construction. You can see the zinc through here, our atrium to this side through here, celebrating entry. Entry is from this footpath through here. You can't go straight in, you have to go down the side, turn right, but as you turn right you encounter some artwork from the local Wadawurrung community telling a story about the place. Enter and then go into the atrium. Wow. Central spine.
Probably have to tie it off pretty quickly.
Yep.